On this week's show, joining Team Ahoy Hoy, I guess we're letting the riffraff in again. It's Quitties the Sprinkler. He made it this time. Stupid fucking globe and time zones. It's MacGruber. And their team captain, who's breaking the terms of the restraining order by being here. It's Plannerwalk. Joining Team Vanilla, current holder of Best Joke of the Series. So, no pressure, but we're counting on you to be extra funny. And if you're not, we will all be very disappointed with you. Here's OK Boomer. Ignore everything he says. He is being controlled by a cat named Arnold. I mean, look at him. He's clearly not a real person. It's Mr. Sensible. And their team captain, who we hope has learned to keep his fucking mouth shut. It's Brainy Beaver. And introducing your host, who if you don't like, you can just turn off YouTube. But I've got to fucking live with him. It's FTFE!
Hello and welcome to Stupidity is Not a Right, the show about people so dumb they would buy oceanfront property from Switzerland. These people are called Flat Earthers. Flat Earth Day is coming up. Yes, there's apparently an official day. I'm going to celebrate the way all Flat Earthers celebrate, alone, in a basement, spending way too much time on internet chat rooms. So I read an article about a flat earther who was asked what he would do if he had a time machine. And he said, well, I would go back and kill Aristotle. I was just impressed he knew who Aristotle was. It's hard to argue with people that are so dumb. You know what they say. Give a flat earther facts and he's angered for a day. Teach a flat earther facts and he's angered for a lifetime. Okay, on with the show. We have 3 rounds of stupid to get through, and we start with round 1, which is called Flerfs Say What. In this round, I'll show each team 2 videos a flat earther is about to do or say something stupid. The teams have 2 minutes to talk amongst themselves, and then the team captain has to give me an answer. If they get it wrong, they get a point. If they get it right, they get a point. If they get it wrong, they're probably on Team Vanilla. So first up, we go over to Team Ahoy Hoy and Quitties the Sprinkler. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, FTFE?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. I always love a Sunday. So, little thought experiment here. Imagine, right, that something has happened and only flat earthers have survived. What would the world be like in 1,000 years?
Stupid.
Do you think there would even be a world in 1,000 years if only flat earthers survived?
Well, you know, Mike Judge tried to predict this, but I think it would be a lot dumber than his movie was. Society wouldn't exist anymore. It would just be a bunch of people drooling and staring at the horizon going, it looks flat.
Oh, I'm pretty sure evolution would just take over and they'd die out pretty quickly. Okay, so Quitties, you get to choose first. We've got 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Let's go with the loneliest number 1.
Here we go.
So, today's about earthquakes. Most people say with a sphere. There we go. Sphere. Person standing over here would feel an earthquake. You can figure out where it is through the sphere, triangulation and stuff. And they say that there explains that the earth is round. There's a ball.
Well, not that.
Yeah, so that is Truth Seeker 42. Talking about earthquakes and the propagation of earthquakes and being able to figure out where you are on the earth based on the propagation of earthquakes. But what does he say next? There's a lot of stupid here. Trust me. Over to you, Team Ahoy Hoy. You have 2 minutes. Talk amongst yourselves. And when you're ready, Plannerwalk can give me an answer.
Is he going to talk about PP waves?
PP wave? No, you mean PNS waves? Maybe? This isn't Dave Murphy, so I think we're okay.
Or maybe poo-poo waves.
Oh, that seems more like what a flat earther would talk about, because PP waves are an actual thing. There's also PPP waves, but, I mean, yeah, they're more likely to
That's
go on
when you
about
really
waves.
have to go earthquake.
Yeah.
I think he's going to say... I think he's going to say there's nothing for the waves to bounce off of, and therefore no earthquake.
Well, you're thinking too logical here. This is a flat earther.
Yeah, he's just going to say something about how the waves don't prove that it's a globe, that they can only work on the flat Earth.
Or maybe maybe he's going to talk about how if you are on one side of the globe and the other side of the globe, and wouldn't the waves get to the person at the same time? So therefore you wouldn't be able to work out where the earthquake is coming from?
Or maybe he thinks that like in the northern hemisphere they would be regular waves, but in the southern hemisphere in Australia they'd be upside down waves.
You're presupposing a sphere there. McGruber, any more thoughts?
I've solved it. He's going to Nathan Thompson it by saying, how can you figure out the shape of the floor by looking at the shape of the basement?
Okay, Planawalk, final answer. What do you think he's going to say next?
Oh, I think that he's going to say I think that we'll go with. He's going to say something along the lines of, "How can you use the like you have to presuppose the globe model, and earthquakes only work on a flat Earth or something like that."
Okay,
something to that effect.
Here's what was actually said.
And they say that there explains that the Earth is round. There's a ball. However, you do exactly the same thing. Put your little guy here. An earthquake over here, one here, and one here. As they propagate, you get exactly the same thing. Perfect triangulation from a flat surface you get from a sphere. So frankly, earthquake, earthquake.
Did he really think PhD Tony was talking about 3 earthquakes at once?
Yeah, so what he was actually saying was that you can just figure it out on a flat Earth because it would be exactly the same, which makes absolutely no sense because, as PhD Tony would tell you, you can literally see how many times around the Earth the particular wave goes. But worse than that, he then spelt quake, Quuke.
Yeah, I actually
He's played Quake the video game.
That.
That's what that is.
Was it on Simon Daniel Creaky's channel?
Don't know, but you don't get any points there, Planner Walk. I'm sorry.
That was what I said.
So next we're going to go to Mr. Sensible on Team Vanilla. What's up, Mr. Sensible? Or should I say Arnold the cat?
Yeah, he's not here right now.
No, I know, he's controlling you from behind the scenes.
Nor's Mrs. S, she's gone away for a few days. Excellent.
Party at yours, right?
Yeah. Come on down.
Yeah. So, Mr. Sensible, you moderated a debate on my channel recently, didn't you?
That's moderating the loosest sense of the term, though, isn't it? It's more like herding cats.
How do you think that debate, and I say the word debate in the loosest of terms there, but how do you think that debate went?
I don't think it ever arrived, did it?
I didn't get past the introduction. You were like, as the moderator, right, guys, introduce yourself. And it just sounded like 5 monkeys shouting.
Yeah, I want to hear more from him. No, he's just introducing himself. Yeah, but I want to... No, it's just introductions. You get... No. Oh, God. That was pretty painful. You could see how it was going to go down after that.
I'm sorry that I put you through that, bud.
No, it was fun. It was fun.
All right, Mr. Sensible, you get to choose. We've got 2, 3, or 4 left.
I'm going to have a nice big number 2.
Lovely.
Yeah, love it.
I was thinking about these meteor showers I'm hearing so much about this week. We're supposed to see all these Halley's Comet meteor showers. Y'all realize that meteor showers, asteroids, falling stars, do you know why they're called falling stars? I do. Every flat earther does.
Brainy, for some reason, you've managed to get Daniel Pratt again for your team's choice. And he's talking about meteors and asteroids and how every flat earther knows what's going on with them. But what dumb does he say next? Over to you, Team Vanilla, 2 minutes.
Right, I've got one here straight off. He said meteor shower. He does not know what a shower is. He can't work that word out. And that's why he avoided that.
Nathan Thompson got 8 of them, or 8 shower heads.
Oh, yeah, he did have 8
Depends how
shower
many shower
heads.
heads there are.
Until he got kicked out of that house for being horrible even to other flat earthers, of course.
Yeah, I don't. What is he gonna say next? Can we get that one more time? I want to hear a little more Dan Pratt crazy before I make my decision here.
Okay, once more. Here we go.
Yeah.
I was thinking about these meteor showers I'm hearing so much about this week. We're supposed to see all these Halley's Comet meteor showers. Y'all realize that meteor showers, asteroids, falling stars, do you know why they're called falling stars? I do.
my God.
Every flat earther does.
Yeah,
It
so
looked like he was sat on a carsey. Even when
maybe he's got one next to his water heater.
it could be. Well, he needs it, wouldn't he? He lives down there.
Come on, Brady,
I
you seem
think,
very
I think
confused.
that he thinks falling stars are God's welding sparks. He's
Bits of the firmament. He's going to say it's bits of the firmament falling off.
Oh, it could be,
Little
couldn't it?
pieces cracking off. I reckon that's the
Think
way
so?
they go. They always go for the firmament because they've got to have a container.
That's probably a good call.
Yeah, it's going to be a good call because he's going to be talking about the dome because he is a dome believer, I think.
Oh yeah, he
If I
definitely
remember.
believes in the
He's a
dome.
dome believer.
I mean, look at his head.
Yeah. Well, you guys got anything else? I'll go with what he says. I like that.
All right,
one.
is that
I'll
your
go
final
for it
answer?
as well.
Let's
So
say for a
it's-
minute.
it's
I
the
do
bits of
think that
firmament
it's
falling
all
off?
the metal from Dad welding when he was younger. That's why he thinks welding. But it's all the fumes, right? But no. What? Yeah.
So you think
Firmament.
that he's going to say it's bits of the firmament falling? Well, here's what he actually said next.
Y'all realize that meteor showers, asteroids, falling stars, do you know why they're called falling stars? I do. Every flat earther does. Because if this is your horizon, they are always coming down.
Yeah, Daniel Pratt thinks that all comets come down for some reason, even though, you can literally see a point in the sky where the comets and meteors actually come from, and plenty come from the horizon upwards. I don't think Dan's ever looked outside of his basement, has he? Unfortunately, Brainy, even though I gave you an easy one, you still don't get a point. Right.
That Dan Pratt, he's such a wild card. I'm telling you, Dan
is,
Pratt's
he
like.
rambles
At
so
first, I
much.
thought Dan Pratt would be one of the easier ones, but every time I see him now, I'm like, God damn, he could say anything.
No idea how
He
many
could go
Dan
all the way
Pratt
from
clips I've got.
He could go
like-
from homophobia to downright logical sometimes. Even you never know with Dan.
Okay.
Plannerwalk.exe has run into an error and has to reboot.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
okay.
Pratt.exe?
Okay.
No, plannerwalk.exe.
Oh, I see.
Team Ahoy Hoy and MacGruber, how you doing?
Doing well.
Welcome to the show, finally. Last week you weren't here because of a mix-up with time zones and stuff. You know what would have avoided that issue?
If the Earth were flat, and
That's absolutely fucking
the
correct,
sun-
because there wouldn't be any
Oh,
time
okay.
zones, would there?
I was gonna say blockchain. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Thank you for agreeing to come on for the second week, and apologies with the issue last week. So we're absolutely ecstatic to have you here. So, MacGruber, you get to choose. We have 3 and 4 left.
Let's go number 3.
Number 3.
Simon Dan has everything wrong. According to his model, the sun is over here, facing this way. People in Australia, underneath the ball, of course, are facing this way. So why do people in Australia...
There's Mike the Flat Earther throwing down the gauntlet to Simon Dan about how wrong our model is. But what dumb comes out of his mouth next? Timo Hoy Hoy, 2 minutes, over to you.
Why do people in Australia not have to look down at their feet to see the sun? Duh.
That's pretty dumb. That is pretty
Or
dumb.
it could be, how is it that when the sun is on the other side, because the sun is facing that way, can people see the sun?
MacGruber, what do you think?
Well, I was just going to say there's no sight line to the sun because, of course, it's 20 feet away and small. Therefore, the Earth isn't round.
If the sun was only 20 feet away, we'd all have fucking problems.
Just wear a lot of sunscreen.
Yeah, a lot of sunscreen.
I mean, at least if the sun was only 20 feet away, would be able to show flat Earth's gas pressure without a container.
Yeah, and then we could easily throw flat earthers into the sun as well.
Yeah, it's great. NASA would be able to land on the sun. We'd just have to make sure that we go at night, though.
Oh yeah, that's the best time to go to the sun is at night. Obviously, it's a lot colder then. Okay, plan a walk. Timo Hoy Hoy, what's your final answer? What did he say next?
Yeah, I'm going to basically go with Quiddy's answer of why do people in Australia not look up to look at the sun if it's over there?
Well, here's what was said next.
Well, why do they look up to look at the sun when it's why do they look up at the sun?
Yeah, we get it. Here's what he said next.
So why do people in Australia? Let me grab the phone here. Why do people in Australia look above their heads to see the sun?
Yes, absolutely right, Team Ahoy Hoy. The dumbass doesn't understand that you're always going to be looking up to see the sun, whichever side of the ball you're on, because, the universe is three-dimensional. How do
But
we
it's
deal
drawn
with these
on a
people?
blackboard, so it's only two-dimensional.
Now, whose art was better, that art or Team Skeptic's art?
That was way better than Team Skeptic.
Yeah,
Well,
it was pretty good, wasn't it?
He did almost give up the ghost, guys, because I do know an Australian or two. Being one, we actually have Velcro soles which stick to the ground, and that's what keeps us on the planet. So I'm glad he didn't reveal that one, because that could be very dangerous for the.
Souls.
Souls, yeah. Well done, Team Ahoy Hoy. You get a point there, first point of the game. So, final contestant of round one, OK Boomer on Team Vanilla. So, Boomer, you made a very funny joke last time, so go on, be funny. We're waiting.
Oh, okay. Well, one thing I did discover this week is that 1 in 3 Nathans is as dumb as the other two. But I suppose I already know that one.
It took you that long to discover that?
Oh, my God.
Well, you've got to give them the benefit of the doubt. You can't just assume they're stupid. You've got to find out. And, oh, God, that's so painful.
Could you imagine, right,
yes.
could you imagine being a new parent, right, and naming your child Nathan, little baby Nathan, but around the same time discovering the whole flat earth thing and realizing that everyone that's called Nathan is a fucking idiot? I don't want to call you Nathan anymore.
Probably deserting now. But look, I did dig up a real gem. This is actually from Jerry Rocha. But apparently many years ago, he ran home from school one day and said, Dad, I've got the biggest dick in 6th grade. And his father said, yes, Jerry, but you are 19.
Oh, well done, Boomer. Very good. Okay, you don't get to choose. There's only one left. But here we go.
I think I'll choose then.
I've got an anti-gravity device, yeah?
Smoke. Yeah, that was a very short one, but that is my good old buddy Mr. Cheswick, who actually wrote the outro to my channel, saying he's got an anti-gravity device. But what anti-gravity device? What dumb's he talking about? What's he being so stupid? What does he say next? Team Vanilla, over to you.
The Buzz Aldrin uppercut is an anti-gravity device. When you go and ask him, he gives you a good one at length. But I don't think he said that.
No, whenever I'm sad, though, I do like to go and watch the video of Buzz Aldrin uppercutting that knob side. It's always hilarious.
They're trying to talk about the head pressure that would have been required for Sleeping Warrior to pee sitting down into a bottle.
Yeah, that was Sleeping Warrior.
That's what it is. When they're talking about anti-gravity, they're actually confused. It's just head pressure. Anybody who knows pumps knows what I'm talking about. It's not a dirty term, by the way. Anybody thinking that? Go look up head pressure.
Okay.
It could be two things. I'm just saying.
Mr. Sensible?
I know this...
Go on, Plan a Walk.
Go ahead, Plan.
I know this isn't my one, but could it possibly be that they're so dense that the gravity well is somehow being...
Oh, that they are affecting gravity themselves?
Yeah, and somehow not everything is rushing towards them because of the black hole that would be created by their heads.
It might be, but you wouldn't get the point anyway. So
they are religious. God should be trying to stop the end of the universe by stopping them from getting too close to each other.
Let's ask Mr. Sensible what he thinks the anti-gravity device is.
I think it's got to be something to do with density. It's got to be. I think he's been speaking to Riley.
Riley is standing next to him.
Is he talking? I might have missed it. Is he talking about a global anti-gravity device, or just that they've invented?
He's just talking. He says that he's got an anti-gravity device with him.
Pan over to a helium balloon.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
It's going to be like a seesaw.
Okay, well, I anti-gravity, eh?
A little helium Mickey Mouse balloon or something like that.
Got a rubber dinghy, blows up and floats in a pond or something. Look, why isn't it pulling me under the water if it's so strong?
All right, Brainy, final answer. What is Mr. Cheswick saying is an anti-gravity device?
Oh, God. So, hey, final answer, sensible. Give me something to work with.
Party balloon with helium in it.
Love it. Party balloons. Helium balloons float, therefore gravity fake.
You're going for a helium balloon? Well, here is what good old Cheswick said.
Smoke. That's Mr. Cheswick.
Explain that.
Explain what?
Explain what? Explain why the smoke going up.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
really?
Oh, my God.
Mr. Cheswick is confused as to Mr. Cheswick is confused as to why the smoke.
Looking at him like, God, you're stupid.
Mr. Cheswick is confused as to why the smoke on his cigarette goes up.
Convection currents, heat, there's all, it's so simple.
Unfortunately, Team Vanilla, you don't get any points there, and you do end round one.
I got
down.
Dan and Cheswick,
You
two of
did,
the
you're right.
stupidest individuals in the world.
It's completely random. You realize that it's completely random.
I have to tell you that Cheswick is an ugly individual. No wonder he was just making music.
That's the only time he's been on camera that I can find. But yeah, it is an interesting thing because if you've watched my channel, then you will know my outro, the fight the flat, fight the flat, fight. Mr. Cheswick made that as a song to try and mock me.
Didn't he also claim that he's not a flat earther though? What is he
No,
doing
he's definitely a flat earther. He just hates the other
but he's
flat
made
earthers.
claims in his chats that he's not a flat earther.
Oh no, because he says that there's mountains and peaks and stuff, but he's a flat earther.
Bumpy Earth again.
Yeah, he is a bumpy earther.
While we're on the subject of cigarette smoke, guys, I do have a bit of a life hack for people out there who might like this. But you can make a really good ashtray by using just a cigarette and Nathan Thompson's face.
There's not many of Nathan Thompson's face to go around, though, luckily. So,
you just find one.
Anyway, end of round one. There is 1 point to Team Ahoy Hoy and 0 points to Team Vanilla. And over to round two, which is called Cap v Cap, where we get the captains of each of our team to come in and act like they've had a lobotomy and play who can be the dumbest, as they have to respond to me as though they are, in fact, a flat earther. I'll read 5 statements, and the person who responds the most like a Flerf will get the point. With 7 episodes left in the season, Planawalk has 3 tributes left, and Brainy Beaver has 2. Are either of you guys going to pass off your burden to one of your team?
No, I'm in this today.
Yeah, neither Mr. Sensible nor Ashra is on my team, so I'm keeping mine for a rainy day.
Okay, so you're both staying on, which means that you still have 3 to use in the future, and Brainy, you still have 2 to use. We're going to go with who is in the lead, so Planawalk, over to you first. Statement 1. If I have a triangle of sides 1, 1, and 1, what are the internal angles?
So, yeah, so I think that when it comes to this, I'll need to pull up a triangle calculator for this, and the triangle calculator is saying that I need a triangle that has a 90-degree angle side, so that's obviously one of them. But it's okay. Either this triangle calculator is wrong, or you're wrong, FTFE. This is not letting me put in 1, 1, and 1. There's something wrong with that triangle, FTFE.
There's something wrong with that triangle. Brainy Beaver, if I have a triangle of sides 1, 1, and 1, what are the internal angles?
Listen, you can't actually say for a fact that there are internal angles. Math is not reality, okay, my friend? Okay, so like this is just okay, so what I want to say is electromagnetism is responsible for this, and what happens is when you put your the hell that thing's called. See, this is all sounding like flat earther already. Was a protractor or you put your like inside there. The fact that it says I think it might be like 90 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I know it's not. I just don't, FTFE, listen, all I got to say is, bottom line, I'm going to go back to my original thing. This is not reality. Trying to pretend that triangles actually have internal angles, it's a figment of your reality, and really, it's non-existent, so...
I mean, for the long ramble is very much like a flat earther, so we're going to let Brainy Beaver have the first point there.
Oh, see, you're still giving me wins here. This is starting to become unfair for Planet.
If I'm giving you wins, why are you bloody 6-2 down? Hey?
Now I'm being harder on myself than you are.
Okay, statement 2, Brainy Beaver. We'll start with you. Is 10 to the negative 17 a positive or a negative number?
Oh, listen, okay, so anytime you're going to take away 17 from 10, you're going to end up with a negative number, okay? Because I'm going to tell you why. Because because you now have gone below 0 FTFE. There is no way that you can go below 0 without no. Don't try to tell me I'm wrong or there's some sort of other higher end math that I'm not getting. This is bullshit. If you're gonna do 10
This
to the
is so much
negative
like
17, I mean, I can see if I put that on paper, it is literally going to be 10 minus 17. Now, what the hell do you think that my pen is not working? What do you think that's going to look like if I put it on paper? It's just 10 minus 17. The only thing you're missing is equal, and it is -7, my friend.
You're too good at this. Stop it.
I'm getting better.
Planawalk, is 10 to the -17 a positive or a negative number?
Okay, FTFE, you're just wrong here, and let me explain why. You see, I learned in someone told me on the internet, and there's YouTube videos about this. So when you have 10 to the -17, something like, I think it's something like that. So when you do that, you can't do that because you can't get you can't square root a negative number. That's just not possible. So you're wrong. It cannot be. It can't be negative or positive.
For the terrible use of the whiteboard, Conspiracy Cats would be ashamed. I'm going to have to give Brainy Beaver another point.
What? No, hey! My pen didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, not having something work, that's very Flerf-like. Brainy Beaver, no, we're going to start with Planawalk. Planawalk. Statement 3, what is 5 divided by 0? You've muted yourself. Oh, he's being a flat earther. They've muted themselves.
I haven't muted myself, FTFE. You're wrong, and there's no way that question was even anything to do with reality. So I don't even know what you're talking about here.
Brainy Beaver, what's 5 divided by 0?
I mean, I would imagine 0 has to go into 5 at least 10 times. I mean, if I think about it right now, yeah, I'm going to go with 10. I think that 0 can go into 5 10 times. Final answer, Regis, thank you very much.
I'm going to give the point there to Planawalk because the muting happens with flat earthers quite a lot. Statement 4.
That's OG.
Brainy Beaver, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Okay, now listen, we all know. Okay, first we got to go right back to the roots here. Are we talking African or European? Because these are big differences, sir. Now I'm going to tell you right now, if you think that a swallow has some sort of instrument where it can actually even tell what speed it's going, then honestly, I want to see this tiny little speedometer that some sort of swallow has been wearing around, because unless you've actually literally clocked a swallow, I don't believe they even have an airspeed, okay? That's the reality.
Planawalk, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Okay, so you think that the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, yet we can't feel it. So, you know, you're trying to say that the speed is above 1,000 miles an hour, which is just not possible. Those swallows are CGI, man. The birds are government drones. NASA made these government drones to keep an eye on everyone. That's the reality of it, man.
That's a hard one, but Brainy got the Monty Python reference, so I'm going to let him have the point there.
He probably got it too, he just didn't work with it.
Statement 5. Planawalk, you're stupid.
No, you.
Brainy Beaver, you're stupid.
I just got off with my mom and she said the same thing.
Flat earthers don't talk to their mums.
Ruined my whole game.
But no, I think Emma, Brainy, or Planet for that one?
decisions. Let the audience choose, maybe. I don't know. There's got to be a way.
All right, I'm going to let the audience choose that one. 1 for Brainy or 2 for Planawalk for the final point. 1 for Brainy or 2 for Planawalk. I got to say, you guys are getting very, very good at being flat earthers. Very, very good. Too good. Is spending too much time listening to flat earthers like hurting your brains?
I reduced my oxygen intake a little bit today. I was trying to prepare.
Well, let's see.
I'm noticing that
it's about
all the
50-50.
ones are from the same person.
Wait.
It's okay.
Who gets
You have
it?
to count superfans.
Oh, God.
It's courage and
There we go.
conviction.
I do see more ones. Who did I say one was?
Thanks, Cooper.
Who did I say one was?
Whoever's got me.
Brainy,
More
Brainy was one.
I'm just
Let's
kidding.
give Brainy the point then. There is more ones, so Brainy gets the
I
point.
don't remember it all.
Yay, woo.
I'll take it. Yeah.
I think Brainy's cheating.
Okay, and at the
Yeah.
end of that round, the scores are 2 to Team Ahoy Hoy and 4 to Team Vanilla. The final round is called What's in the Flues, where I will show each team 2 Flat Earth news stories with part of the headline blanked out. The team has 2 minutes to talk and figure out what's been blanked out, then the team captain has to give me an answer. First of all, we're going over to Team Vanilla, to OK Boomer. OK Boomer, how many Flat Earthers does it take to change a light bulb?
Well, I would say 2, but actually none, because first you've got to convince them it'll rotate, and the second is they don't believe in any such thing as a globe.
Well,
So
change a light bulb
none.
to what?
It's 5 divided by 0.
Can I see the IV and the DV for that? And how did you prove R for the light bulb?
I didn't, because there's no such thing as a globe. It's not a light globe, and it doesn't
Oh,
rotate. So
are you
neither.
saying that all-
it's 5
you
divided
say-
by 0?
Are you saying all lights are flat?
Well, they must be from a flat Earth point of view.
Okay, well, okay,
Look,
Boomer,
I
you
can
get
see,
you get to choose first. We've
if,
got
you'd
1,
like to
2.
know-
Sorry,
That's okay.
a bit of a delay there, I think. But you get to choose first. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I think we'll go number 2s again this time.
Number 2 again. So this Flat Earth News headline says, only 2/3 of blank believe the Earth is round. Only 2/3 of blank believe the Earth is round. So what is blanked out there? Team Vanilla, you have 2 minutes to talk amongst yourselves, and then you can give me an answer.
Hotheads?
Only 2/3 of
Blinds.
potheads.
Wi-Fi
I
ghosts.
might have. My ADHD kicked up for 10 seconds.
Only 2/3 of people called Nathan.
Only 2/3. No,
Yeah,
all
it's
people call Nathan.
Nathan's.
I think we need to show the headline again for Brainy though, because he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, my ADHD was springing. No, I actually went back in your stream. Only 2/3 of blank believe the Earth is round.
Yeah, here we go, Brainy. So only 2/3 of blank believe the Earth is round. So what is blanked out there?
Oh God! I actually think I know
Scientology.
the answer. I think I actually know the answer to this, and it was sad to me.
Scientologists, OK Boomer says, I mean, they're stupid enough already. You don't want to add that to it, for goodness sake.
I want
Kent
to say
Hovind's
only.
followers.
I want to say. I want to say homing pigeons. Only 2/3 of homing pigeons believe the Earth is round. The other 1/3 are just flying in circles in my block. They're just flying in circles on my block. They don't know where the hell they're going.
I don't know what's going
those
on.
other third. But I think I know the answer to this, which is the. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before, but there's a long. Wait a minute. Is that 2 words though?
College students?
Only 2/3
I
of
actually
college
think it's
students.
American Christians.
Only
Unfortunately,
2/3 of
Yeah.
American
I
Christians.
think
Well,
you're there.
I think I saw this
Yep.
a while back, and I've heard this study. I think it's 2/3. Only 2/3 of American Christians believe the Earth is round.
okay, well, here's what the headline actually said.
I'm gonna be
Only
wrong.
2/3 of American millennials believe the Earth is round.
Oh, I should get partials.
You were close there, but not close enough, so I can't give you the point. But
That's more devastating than the one I sent to me, just so you know.
This comes from a story on Forbes.com where they're talking about a YouGov study in February 8, 2018 of 8,215 US adults. Only 2/3 of those believed that the Earth was actually round. Fuck me.
How
that
many of
is
them
worrying.
were joking?
I hope a lot. I really do. Okay, contestant 2 for round 3, MacGruber, Team Ahoy Hoy. MacGruber, I ask this question once every show, so you get it today. What is the dumbest thing you've ever heard a flat earther say?
Probably when Quantum Eraser said that spectroscopy doesn't work when you point the telescope up. It's only okay. It works on the ground, but when you tilt that telescope up, it doesn't work anymore.
Oh my god, I forget about the crazy stuff Quantum Eraser says. He told me that the Great Magellan telescope was detecting, instead of it detecting the cosmic microwave background radiation, it was detecting radio signals from Earth that were for some reason being diffracted 180 degrees into the telescope. His word salad is legendary. Wow.
Citation for that, please. Citation.
Well done. Bringing up Quantum Eraser is a very good one, MacGruber. Well done. So you get to choose. We have left 1, 3, or 4.
Do number 4.
Number 4. And this Flat Earth News headline says, Flat Earth followers lawsuit over blank rejected as patently absurd and nonsensical. Flat Earth followers lawsuit over blank rejected as patently absurd and nonsensical. What is the blanked out part here? Team Ahoy Hoy, you have 2 minutes.
Ooh,
Did a flat earther sue Walmart for selling globes?
You see, this could be anything, because anything that a flat earther tries to sue over is patently absurd and nonsensical. I mean, actually, anything that they say is absurd and nonsensical.
Yeah, that's true. MacGruber, what do you think? What Flat Earth court case was thrown out?
Could be the Mars rover.
You think someone's trying to sue?
CC saying that they're wasting our $50 million a day on this remote-controlled car in the Arizona desert?
Do you think someone would actually try and take NASA to court? That would be hilarious. I would love to see
that. Would be patently absurd.
I would love to see like a group of flat earthers go to like the High Court or something and try and sue NASA. That would be the highlight of my day, of my year, probably. Any more thoughts?
It's got to be COVID.
Is it
COVID?
Riley?
Is it Riley?
Is it Riley's lawsuit? Because what did the judge say about that?
Well,
he has no idea how Mr. Riley reached this conclusion.
Yeah, that's right. When Riley was in court, the final comments from the judge were that the court were astounded as to how Mr. Riley had come to that conclusion. Congratulations, Riley, for astounding a judge so much that she didn't know how you came up with the dumb you did. But MacGruber said COVID there. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, that sounds about right. COVID, or having to wear a mask, maybe, or heck, vaccines.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with what Quiddy's just said there. All of what he said.
So we're going
something to do with COVID and wearing a mask.
COVID, right. Okay, so you think it's COVID. Here is what the headline said. Flat Earth followers lawsuit over COVID-19 arrest rejected as patently absurd and nonsensical. This is a story from the Canadian British News, which talks about Flat Earth Fokker after he was arrested for breaking COVID regulations to travel to America to go to a Flat Earth convention in a Masonic building. Was arrested while trying to come back because of breaching COVID regulations, tried to take the people to court for arresting him for COVID, saying he didn't break any rules, and that case was thrown out because he really, really did, and even the judge thinks that he's dumb. Funny that when flat earthers go to court, the judge ends up thinking that they're dumb, isn't it? So, yes, Team Ahoy Hoy do get a point there. Well done. Woo! Now we go back over to Team Vanilla and Mr. Sensible. How's the sabotaging brainy going?
Well, I hope I'm going to be well paid.
Yeah,
as
of
usual.
Course. Like I said, you just need to speak to
I've got, yeah, I'm not going to get into that. I was going to say, I've got all this background money that's being fed to me, so I got money to dish out to people here.
Yeah, Mr. Sensible, just speak to Karen at HR to get the bonus applied for this month, and you'll be fine.
Excellent. Yeah. And can you make it out in my name and not Mrs. Sensible name? Otherwise, I don't get to see any of it.
No worries. So cool. I'd just like you to tell me about the video you released the other day that you sent me, because that one did floor me a little. What did the Flat Earther say in that? Hold on,
which one was that? I do remember sending it. I can't remember which video that was.
The one where he was drawing about the ways to go on a globe.
The ways? Sorry, no. I forgot what I did.
You sent me a video where he was drawing on a globe and saying, well, the problem here is that if you're going uphill, you'd use more petrol.
Oh, God, yes.
If you're going
I've
north.
forgotten his name now. I couldn't believe it. It was Levon, wasn't it?
Levon, that's it, yeah.
The guy who debunked the ISS by turning the photo upside down when they were playing around with a little model globe. And, he actually had devastating, undebunkable proof that the Earth's not a globe, because if you drove north, you'd get really shitty MPG from your car. And you wouldn't have to use the engine at all going south. But
you just coast.
All your brakes.
This is actually something somebody said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah. This is how.
Yeah, that was dumb. It was so dumb. I've tried to put it out of my mind.
Yeah, obviously.
Are you kidding? Wait, where is this episode? I could work that.
It's on my channel.
It's called A Flat Earther Breaks the Internet, and it is one of the funniest ones that I think Mr. Sensible's done.
God damn, that's great.
I advise everybody subscribing to Sensible. Sorry, Boomer, what was that?
Yeah, that does sound similar to the skateboard paradox. If you place a skateboard on a globe, it will only stay up at the top. Anywhere else, it will run off. And that's a genuine flat Earth.
Didn't Logan Paul say that in his
Dan
fake
Pratt
documentary?
recently said he could take a selection of the ocean out so they could study the difference in the gaps on the sides of the sample, the 40-mile sample of the ocean.
Okay, all right, Mr. Sensible, you get to choose. What have we got left? We've got 1 or 3.
Oh, I think I went for number 2 last time, so I'll go for number 1 now. Quick Riley.
Quick Riley, let's have a look. This Flat Earth headline says, blank invites Flat Earther to lecture 9th grade students. Blank invites Flat Earther to lecture 9th grade students. Who thought it was a good idea to let a Flat Earther into schools? Team Vanilla, over to you.
Austin Whitsett.
Total idiot.
Austin Whitsett.
Total idiot invites Flat Earthers.
Austin?
Oh,
you
Austin Whitsett.
obviously somewhat know the answer. Well, let's have fun with it first. I think that what happened is Nathan Thompson sent his underwear because they probably walk on their own at this point. The guy has 8 shower heads, though, I guess, so he couldn't do his laundry under one of them, I suppose.
I heard Nathan doubles the length of his underwear's life by just turning it inside out.
Oh, God. He can fold it to the moon, I heard.
What do you think,
what do you got,
Boomer?
Sensible?
Well, I'm probably in with Austin Whitsett in between jail sentences, I think.
Yeah, he's been in jail quite a few times, hasn't he? Funny that.
I thought Mark Sargent was the one who
yeah.
went to, but you seem to be pretty on target with that confidence.
Yeah, he was actually being passed around for cigarettes. You had to pay 10 cigarettes to have Whitsett taken out of your cell. That's what I heard was getting through.
He was the soap, basically. Somebody put a string on him.
What do you think?
So they wouldn't drop Whitsett?
What do you think, Mr. Sensible? Who's inviting Flat Earther to lecture 9th grade students?
Recently sacked head teacher.
Yeah, you shouldn't be a teacher. I've actually debated a couple of people who claim to be teachers, and when I debated the Flat Earth brothers, one of them claimed to be a physics teacher. I mean, it's either a lie or he's the worst teacher in the world. All right, Team Vanilla.
Oh, you'd be shocked how quickly you can become a teacher for some things, like in high school. They're like, you took a physics class? Yeah, I mean, I took like one class of it in general arts and science. Physics. Your physics. Okay, get your course loaded.
I came here for gym.
Oh, shit, you not. That is how they pick, like, history teacher. They started a new history course. It was like some special history course, and it was like the teacher teaching us took a history in university. Like, it was like, that's what constitutes a teacher in some places.
Selective.
So don't worry.
Okay, well, Brainy, final answer. What or who invited a Flat Earther to lecture 9th grade students?
But, okay, so, who's on my team? I gotta look up here.
Boomer and Sensible.
What's your...
Me.
You guys think it was Whitsett? You thought it was Whitsett, buddy?
I thought it was Whitsett, but I'm thinking Santa Claus now because that's probably a better likelihood.
Oh, I see. You mean you were just making jokes or whatever. Well, I thought it was Mark Sargent. I thought it was Mark Sargent, but he wouldn't have been the one who did the inviting because Mark Sargent would be the one who was invited. But didn't Didn't another student invite Mark Sargent to talk about flat Earth to the class or something?
Could be, couldn't it?
That rings a bell.
Yeah.
He interviewed him or something like that. That one student interviewed Mark Sargent, I think, for the class or something like that. Or
So failing student invites flat earthers.
All right, what's your final answer, Brainy?
well, we could just try and go with student. We got nothing else. Why not? Student
okay.
invites flat Earther to talk to
Well,
ninth grade class. Let's do
Here's what the headline actually said. Israeli school invites flat
There's a whole
earther to
fucking
lecture
school.
ninth grade students. This comes from a story on ynetnews.com, and it talks about an Israeli school inviting a flat earther to lecture ninth grade students. Matin Gordish, a known advocate of the flat earth theory, tells students at AMIT's Bar-Lan school that known science is nothing more than lies meant to advocate a certain agenda. Why did that happen? Don't let flat earthers into schools, please.
Yeah, how the hell does that even go down?
I know it's terrible, right? But Israeli education.
I mean,
system,
for the
don't know.
record, they shut down their entire society on once a week, and they're not even allowed to dial telephones or call an elevator. So I guess.
Well, unfortunately, you don't get the point, which means that if Planowalk's team get the next point, we're in a tiebreak situation. So back over to Team Ahoy Hoy and Quitties. Quitties, can you change your name again? I want to pick it this time.
Only Team Skeptic can make me change my name.
Team Skeptic said
So
I'm
quit
allowed.
asking me to change my name, Team Skeptic.
Or YouTube.
I've got
or
Team Skeptic's
YouTube.
permission. I've got Team Skeptic's permission.
Shadow
He said,
banning me.
Team Skeptic said I'm allowed to ask you to change, so it's fine. Okay.
We'll
well,
see about that.
You don't get to choose Quitties. There's only one left, so here's the headline for you. And this Flat Earth News headline says, can blank survive in the face of this Flat Earth Society mentality? Can blank survive
Sanity.
in the face of this Flat Earth Society mentality? Team Ahoy Hoy, can you pull this back and make it a draw and possibly a win? Over to you.
Can humanity survive?
Can humanity survive this Flat Earth Society mentality? Probably not. Not if they're allowed to carry on, of course.
Can
The
rational
environment.
Can YouTube survive?
Well, YouTube's getting rid of most of the Flat Earthers, isn't it?
No, modern flat
Oh, they
earthers.
crushed
Modern flat earthers say the Flat Earth Society is a CIA plant,
Yeah, they do. Absolutely.
so they can't. That yeah.
So what do you think it might be, MacGruber? What can't survive this Flat Earth Society mentality?
The environment.
If Flat Earthers were in charge, I,
I mean,
don't think
they'd
much
have
would
us
survive with
using like charging our phones with like pigeon farts or something like that. So they'd probably be better for the
it.
environment.
They couldn't come up with something. That's far too smart for them, Brainy. Don't give them that much credit.
Yeah.
Quiddies, what do you think?
God, it could be anything. Rationality, science. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to say like science
Medical research.
education or something like that.
Medical research.
Medical research.
I think I know. It's can the NASA guard penguins at the ice wall survive? All the
They're-
flat earthers just go
They're a
out
fucking
and-
secret.
They have bigger guns than the flat earthers do.
Contraceptives. Can contraceptives survive?
Okay, what do you think then? What's your final answer? What can't survive?
I'm gonna have to go with something along the lines of logic and reason and rationality.
And cheese.
Okay, well, so your answer is
I'm going to
logic and
pick an
reason.
entire page out of a dictionary, and that's what I want to go.
Oh, here's what the
I'm just
headline
teasing. I'm
actually
teasing. I'm
says.
teasing.
Can American racing survive in the face of this Flat Earth Society
What?
mentality? I know, it's completely fucking random,
In
isn't
the
it?
world.
This comes from a
was
story
rigged.
on thoroughbredracing.com where it talks about the similarities between the people organising races and Flat Earthers. And most tenuous link to a Flat Earth news story I've ever had to put on the show. I do.
That
know
is
that.
crazy.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's all right if the race tracks are headed southwards. You can go really fast. It's if they're heading north, you got a problem.
Well, unless, yeah. I mean, if you've got that anti-gravity device, you just got to put a lot of smoke in your
Smoke,
car.
yeah.
Yeah, if you have a smoke machine in your car, you'll actually go up really fast.
Nathan
I
Thompson
mean,
has said
flat
that
earther,
planes are
and I
powered by
don't
compressed
understand
air.
science.
And that sound means it's the end of the round and the end of the show. The final scores today are 3 points to Team Ahoy Hoy and 4 points to Team Vanilla, bringing Brainy Beaver and his team up to their third win for the season.
I do have to make a point here. It's funny how Team Vanilla only won by being stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
They did win
They were really good at being stupid.
I want to say, anybody who ever thinks an airplane, I think it's funny the airplane's on compressed air. Anybody who thinks an airplane runs on compressed air has never opened up a nitrogen cylinder with 5,000 psi on it and watched it go,
yeah,
like just empty in their fingertips, essentially. Like, and
I wish I could
would
think
go
as
for
dumb
an
as
inch and just, like,
Flerfs. I
stop.
really do. But anyway, that is the show for tonight. I would like to thank my guests, Quitties the Sprinkler, MacGruber, and their team captain, Planawalk. OK Boomer, Mr. Sensible, and their team captain, Brainy Beaver. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I'm going to read the few super chats that we have today before we leave. We have Benny Olson for 20 Donkey Kong dollars that says pigeons. Thank you very much. Godless Scummer for £5. Question, how many Flerfs does it take to change a light bulb? Answer, do your own research. Good one. And Hail Satan for $19.99 says, I was asked about my humour a little earlier. Let me clear up any misconceptions. The difference between dark humour and morbid humour. Dark humour is 10 kids in one container. Morbid humour is 1 kid in 10 containers.
That's a good one.
Very good.
Nice.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Come back next week for another episode of Stupidity is Not a Right. And remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat.